As any fan of American Horror Story will tell you, ranking the seasons is no easy task. You start knowing the tops and bottoms, but damn, is that middle section tough? Then you start questioning everything and you begin to spiral like you were in the murder house. For today's video, we will dive into my personal rankings of each American Horror Story season. Now, before you get all spicy in the comment section, these are just my picks from the worst to best AHS seasons. If you disagree with my list, make sure you guys let me know your own rankings down in the comments below. Number 9. Cult. I originally made a video ranking the seasons years ago and I ranked this fairly low then. Now, to this day, I still don't look fondly on this season, though I'm not as mean as I once was, cause damn, there is some things to enjoy here. Evan Peters as Kai is a fun villain, even though the alt-right troll still feels all too real, and wow, another Sarah Paulson performance that makes her an actual TV goddess. I really wish this season had come way after the 2016 presidential election, cause this would have been like, wow, you remember that madness, instead of like, ooh, this is still too all real and not fun at all. Number 8. Roanoke. I think Roanoke is the forgotten season of American Horror Story. I recently rewatched it, didn't hate it, but right after, it just didn't leave a lasting impression. I completely forgot about it. It has a stacked cast, and the reality show angle was fresh for the series, but there's something that doesn't connect with me. AHS sometimes struggles with time loops, flashbacks, and multiple stories, so this season has all of that, sometimes at one time. If this had another round of rewrites just to fix some of these minor issues, I would rank this a little bit higher, but as is, Roanoke is really just a meh season in this series' insane legacy. Number 7. Freak Show. Oh, Freak Show, a season that marks the last time Jessica Lange starred in the show, and it gave us a good baddie like Dandy, but I really don't connect with this season. Maybe it's the odd musical numbers that are randomly thrown in, or it's the fact that there is way too many characters in this tiny season, but I just don't love it. Freak Show does have a lot to offer in terms of connecting all the American Horror Story universes, and I do love that classic 40s and 50s setting, so I don't hate the season by any means. I can find things to enjoy, but in all honesty to my American Horror Story fans, I don't find myself wanting to revisit the season often. Maybe if I do anything, I would watch that great episode with Pepper, because wow, that is peak American Horror Story goodness right there. Number 6. Asylum. While I tend to enjoy the more campy side of American Horror Story, Asylum is a well-made season that suffers from having way too much happening at one time. Every time I think of Asylum, I think it's the season that tries to add Nazis, the devil, aliens, angels, race relations in the 1960s, a story of Lana Winters facing Bloodyface all in one season. Hell, sometimes all of that happened in one damn episode. I really enjoy everything that's here, but this season needs like its whole own series by itself. Asylum offers a lot, and it's wild to think that the show went something this wild and bold so early into its run. Like, FX must have had a lot of faith in Ryan Murphy to allow him to do all of this in just season 2. Asylum is firmly in the middle of my rankings simply because it's a lot to handle, and I just don't want to revisit this sad, insane Asylum. Number 5. 1984. So 1984 is interesting to me because I don't think this season is as polished as something like Freak Show and Asylum, but I enjoy this season way more. It feels like it doesn't have as much weight or importance to it, and I don't mean that as shade because sometimes I don't want to need to bust out my American Horror Story notebook just to watch a season. This is a quick and easy little romp into the world of 80s slashers and feels like a love letter to that subgenre more than anything else. 1984 does lose some points with me because it feels like as the season went on, the filmmakers lost interest. Longtime Ryan Murphy fans know when he's done with something, it's painfully obvious, and sometimes that shows in 1984. Number 4. Murder House. When you rewatch Murder House, it feels like a completely different show at times. Like, I remember watching it during its original run, and I had no idea the show would morph into what it is today, and I still carry those feelings. I know this season has connections to others, but I love that it feels like a contained story. I don't need to know everything about American Horror Story just to enjoy this. I can sit and watch a very creepy, scary ghost story. Murder House is what got all of us to love this show, and I always have respect for that. Nothing felt like this at the time, and I still think most horror TV shows are trying to play catch up to this iconic moment in time. Also, this is the show that introduced me to Jessica Lange, so I forever love American Horror Story and Ryan Murphy for that fact alone. Number 3. Apocalypse. I think this might be a controversial pick, and it seems odd following a couple segments where I said I like contained stories, but this is anything but contained. I enjoy Apocalypse the same way I enjoy Avengers Endgame. This is a payoff and a conclusion to a long-form story. This is a reward for fans who have paid attention, know all the little facts, and just overall love the shared American Horror Story universe. What Apocalypse did was hit a hard reset on the show. Anything that came after this madness will never touch what came before, and I love that. This is also a season for just us, the long-term fans, and I respect them for doing something. Also, Cody Fern in that wig, yes. Oh, and who can forget the iconic Return to Murder House episode, something we all wanted very badly. Number 2. Coven. Look, when you give me Jessica Lange, Kathy Bates, and Angela Bassett, I know I'm in for a good time. This was a big turning point for the series in my eyes, going from those two straightforward horror seasons to something that added a little bit of humor and camp to it. Coven is where the show really told me I was in for the long haul. I never thought a horror show would feel so queer, so fun, so campy, but this has all of that. Coven has some of the best actors, some of the best stories, and overall really stands the test of time as one of the show's best seasons. I think the last few episodes don't match up to the amazing start, but I can forgive that for an amazing first 2/3 of a season. Number 1. Hotel. What I love about Ryan Murphy is when he blends insane camp with weird horror. As you've noticed with some of my other rankings, I enjoy when I have fun with a season, and American Horror Story Hotel is probably the most fun I've ever had with this show. Maybe it's because I seriously love vampires, or I have a major admiration for Lady Gaga, but this season really spoke to me. I love the setting of the Hotel Cortez. Liz Taylor is in my top 3 favorite American Horror Story characters ever, and there's just so much drugs, sex, and rock and roll to feast on. I understand Hotel is not for everyone, and it placing on my top spot will shock some people, but I can't think of a season of American Horror Story that I've watched more than this. I can quote episodes to you. I can tell you who died in which episodes. This season just really speaks to me in so many ways, and it makes me want to live in the Hotel Cortez forever. What did you guys think of my list of American Horror Story seasons? Is my list way too out there? Do you agree with Hotel in the top spot? Would you put Freak Show higher? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I really enjoyed doing this while all of this craziness is happening in the world. I loved getting to talk about American Horror Story with you guys. Alright everyone, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Make sure you subscribe to my channel because I make videos like this every single week. Give me a thumbs up because YouTube takes those way too seriously. Alright everyone, let's talk about American Horror Story and what season you think is the worst to the best down below.